She knows she wanted and had to go get it without being caught. She knows she wanted and had to go steal it without giving thought. She know what she wanted and she know what she wanted and she know what she wanted and had to go get it without being caught. Kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss on the roof, kiss that, kiss that, kiss on the roof, kiss that, kiss that, get Big Mac, get right back, right back, right back. Toes 10 down, 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 toes 10 down. Get back, get back, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, Big Mac, kiss that, kiss it right back on the roof, get right back, fight, get back.
All right. So, what's up? What's up? So we're gonna go over the week. Right now we're positioned in Euro GBP right now. This is kind of like how we're positioned currently. So we did enter buys here, stop like right below this low, and we're taking this to like a 9 risk to reward. So it's looking good. It's giving exactly what I would have expected to see from what we typically go over every week. So basically what I'm talking about is we're getting that fractalness. So how we always talk about when we have a setup, right? So for example, here, as you can see, we have squeeze for about March 2024. So we have it from Tuesday 12th March 2024 till about the 21st of March, and we kind of got that sweep of all the liquidity there, and then we pumped up. So, and we stably traded in the highs, right? So what we expect is what we see in the higher time frames is a squeeze of liquidity, right? And then a dump. We seen it dump and then rally up, and then we traded in the highs stably. This is what we seen from the higher time frame, from the 4-hour. Now we worked our way back down, and we came back to this same level of support. Now it came a little lower, but that's okay. And now we're here. Now all we seen happen here was this. We got a fractal setup. So we seen in the smaller time frame here a squeeze, a dump, and a pump up. Now we are currently seeing that trade in the highs and then that pullback. We are currently in the pullback here, as you can see. We are in the pullback to continue higher. So it didn't quite get this is an aggressive push to the upside. I'm gonna say that this is the mitigation. So it came to about here, and now we can take it to the original take profit wherever we have that at. So that's exactly what we have. That is exactly what we want to see, because all this does is allow um, re-entries for, plays that you necessarily didn't get into at first. And it's not going against your plan because this is the strategy, this is the setup, just in the smaller time frame bias. So that is what we want to see. We want to see these smaller time frame fractal setups to get us back into the market and continue our way. So depending on how many pips this drop was, it will determine if we've mitigated. So this was about a 6 pip drop, and we already touched this zone, grab liquidity, and we already have a pump 7 pips. So I'm gonna say this is mitigated. So if we didn't get in right here, then we missed this move. I had an order set here. That's okay, because at the end of the day, we are still positioned in this play. Nonetheless, we're still positioned. We're still in this, which is great. So yeah, we can really see this rocket up. As far as take profits go, I'm going to be going over the take profit that we have in this range. We're looking at the 4-hour range again. So 4 hours. It's gonna take a few days to get to our take profit, and we're looking about a 9-to-1 risk to reward with this play, which is great. I mean, it's a great strategy. It's a great setup. So we're targeting equal highs here. There's a lot of liquidity here that needs to be taken out. And there's just equal highs calling our name to come take us, to take them out. So by the shift of momentum, we can see that we traded in the highs. We broke above all this consolidation. We squeezed for about 2 months. February, March. Yeah, we squeezed for about like 2.5, 3 months, and then we had that breakout. Now, that breakout of the highs is just retracing, getting that pullback, because whenever a breakout happens, the market loves to retrace back to what happened and give us that nice entry to continue higher. And we broke bullish. We traded in the bullish range for a while. We traded in the bullish range for about, so we broke out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For about like 5-6 days, we traded in the highs. So, I mean, taking this to equal highs seems very possible. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark this out. We did have a breakout. So we broke out the highs here. Break of the highs. Or I could just put break of liquidity. Consolidation. Break of consolidation. We traded in the highs stably, and now we're continuing higher. So overall, this is great. This is a great entry. This is a great trade that we are currently in. Yeah, so this is kind of how I'm positioned. I'll show you exactly how I'm personally positioned, because I feel like we've already mitigated. This is a very aggressive push up, even in the 4-hour. The 15 is an aggressive breaking close. So yeah, this is mitigated. If we didn't catch the re-entry to buys, then it's okay. We're still in this nonetheless. So if we go to our account here, you can see that we are in this, and it almost tapped in to my buy limit, which would have been great, but nonetheless, it's okay. We missed it, so let's go ahead and cancel this. So Euro GBP pending order buy 1, and cancel that buy order. Okay, so now this is kind of just how we are sitting. We're taking this to about our open position. Our take profit is about 1,700. Like I said, the goal on this channel with this account is to pass this 25K through every video, through every stream. We're going over proper risk management. We're going over how to properly take our setups, you know, and just staying disciplined to the plan. So overall, I'm going to go over the risk management. So if we look at our closed positions, overall in the last week, we have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, but 66 total USD loss. This one trade has already gave us all of that money back, and we are already up 40 extra dollars. So it's just one of those things where it's like, make your losses small and your wins big. That is the ultimate goal, to stay with money, have money in the markets. You don't want to lose more than you win. A lot of people account for the win, but they don't account for the losses. So I make sure to keep my losses small, but my wins bigger. So that being said, when this trade goes our way, then we are looking at about, you know, a massive return of the account. We'll only need, again, don't think about the money, but it's just statistics. We're looking at about equal highs, targets, clearing all this liquidity. It makes sense to get up here. Honestly, it makes perfect sense. I think it's a very valid re-entry that we got on the lower time frame schematic. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just exit out of the account, and we're really not looking at it anymore. We're just gonna let it run. So this is how we are gonna be positioned. So yeah, that's how we got in about here off the 4-hour entry. So if we look at the 4-hour entry, we got in about here. So we can take that. Okay, and we got in about that red line there. That's why I was trying to get a better entry on the lower time frame. We didn't quite get it, but nonetheless, it's still a good entry that we're in. It came down a little less. That's why we have our stop loss below the low, because if it comes lower, if market does come lower than anticipated, we're still safe. Our money is still protected, and we can still take the entire move up. So we're targeting the equal highs here where that red line is drawn. Okay. Yeah, it's about like a 8 or 9 to 1. So it's pretty nice. And remember, Powell is speaking today, so there is US currency news. So when Powell speaks, we have a lot of volatility and a lot of volume in the market, but it is a bank holiday and Easter is coming up. When is Easter?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's coming up with Easter, so like the market isn't really going to be moving at all. We're just kind of,
Market's closed today.
it's closed today. Yeah, it closes today. Yeah, the market's closed today at 2 p.m. So there's really not going to be any movement at all. I mean, Jerome Powell speaks in an hour, so that's going to probably move the market a little bit more. But I mean, other than that, I mean, we're just really staying in this range here. So yeah, let's go ahead and just let this baby ride. I have an alert set, so when we get back up to these levels, I want to ask a question though. How many people would see this pullback, right? You see this pullback here, and we got equal highs and we got that pullback, but we got the fractal setup. How many people would take out when we get back down to these levels? You know, I understand that it is scary coming back to entry because you don't think it's going to continue your way because it's reversing. But you got to look at it in a standpoint of fractalness and what is the bias, okay? And sticking and trusting the game plan. We have the exact same thing in the 15-minute as we do in the daily or the 4-hour. We had a squeeze, a breakout to the upside, and we just pulling back to continue higher. What do we have in the 4-hour? We have a squeeze, we have a breakout, and we have a pullback to continue higher. I mean, It's textbook. It's so simple. It's super simplistic. It really makes like no difference whatsoever. Um, it's just how it is. The market is manipulated and designed to scare you. That is exactly what it's here to do. It's designed to scare you because they do not want you to win. They don't, and so they design it this way to scare you. Now, if we're going back to the 15 minute and we look at what it's doing, you're gonna see this pump up and feel a lot better, right? So it's just about trusting the trade. It's like, why be scared, of these little pullbacks? It's gonna just the market's gonna do what it does by you staring at your screen and praying. I've seen the blow on the candlesticks method. There's nothing that's gonna help the market go with or against you. Okay, so it's always gonna just do what it wants to do, and it's about trusting your trade. So it's currently 7:22. So we got. Let's go ahead and take a look at Forex Factory. 8:30 in an hour. We got Powell speaking. Saturday there is. Would that be China's currency? Yeah, it'd be Chinese currency. So there's Chinese currencies news. Not really paying attention. We're not in any of that. USD. So we're opening up April with some pretty good news. Pretty high impact news for Euro, obviously. USD. Powell speaks again. CPI first chef pairs. Swiss pairs. Unemployment claims. CAD USD. NZD USD. CPI for USD again on April 10th, which is gonna move the market, obviously. We have FOMC meeting minutes, USD. So yeah, April's lined up for some pretty good news. So let's just continue doing what we do. We've had a pretty successful week. We kept the losses small and the wins big. This win has already recovered our losses and more, and we're still in it. So saying, like, if I were to take profit, I would be plus $40, not negative 66. I would be plus $40 now on the whole account, which is great. But where we're taking this is a whole lot higher. So let's not ruin our profitability here. Let's just continue to trust the trade as we've continued to do every other day. So yeah, as far as that goes, that's really it. I mean, there's really nothing else. There's just, us waiting, basically. We're kind of just in this range. Once Powell speaks, I can get rid of this alert now. Once Powell speaks, that's really going to determine where we're at with Euro, GBP. I think the Euro pairs will be affected, but not really. You know how, like, usually with news goes, we have these humongous candles out of nowhere. Like, if you look at Euro candle here, that's a news candle. Obviously, that's too big. So it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, where are we going to be after Powell speaks? And I believe we will continue higher. So, with that being said, that's really it. The market is kind of boring. There's nothing going on today. The market's closing today, so there's really nothing else to really go over. But nonetheless, it's been a good week. We did see a lot of success, so let's just continue doing it. Next week, if this trade goes our way, we're going to try and have this account done by this month. It's already the 29th. So by April, I'm hoping for like the second week of April. we'll be like the first week of April we'll be on phase 2, and then the second week of April we'll be done with phase 2. So that's ultimately the goal. Passing accounts together, trading live together, just overall just doing the things that we do, getting these payouts, and then ultimately just making our money from trading how we're supposed to be. So yeah, that's the goal. By April we're gonna have that payout for sure. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the lower time frame, what it's doing. We did get a 10-minute close. I think this is mitigated. Maybe it can come lower, but other than that, we trust the trade. We don't get scared. We don't focus on what it's doing in the smaller time frames. We're in this, we're in this already. And that's it. That's really it. So, yeah. All right, guys. I think that's really it from me. And other than that, I hope you guys all had a good week. I hope it's been a successful one at that. And yeah, let's get it next week.
She know what she wanted and how to go get it without being caught. She know what she wanted and how to go steal it without giving thought. She know what she wanted and she know what she wanted and she know what she wanted and how to go get it without being caught. Kiss that, kiss that, kiss that. Kiss that, kiss that, kiss that. Kiss on the road, kiss that, kiss that, kiss on the road, kiss that, kiss that, get Big Mac, get right back, get right back, right back. Toes ten down, toes ten down, toes ten down, toes ten down, that toes ten down, toes ten down, toes ten down, toes ten down, that get back, get back.